tonight is funny nose glasses night, but it's not going to alter the way you look at the Mariner Ball Club, because right now they're playing some great baseball. 5 consecutive wins, looking for the sweep against the Minnesota Twins tonight as we welcome you to Safeco Field here in Seattle. Dave Sims, Mike Flowers, Root Sports crew. Things going really well for the Mariners right now. Christian Bergman looking for his 3rd win at home. He's 2-0 here at home, and he has provided a tremendous lift to the Mariner pitching staff with everybody being down this year. Here's the lineup he'll face here tonight.
It starts with Brian Dozier. Dozier with 40 home runs last year, 9 home runs so far this year. The leadoff hitter, have to be careful with him. Miguel Sano hitting cleanup tonight, hit his 15th home run last night and drove in 3 runs. And Byron Buxton off to a tough start, but he leads the team with 9 steals. And for Christian Bergman on the year, 5 starts so far, 3-2 record ERA at a 4.36. Again, just 1 bad outing for him. He's going to throw a lot of strikes. It's fastball at 88 miles an hour. He'll mix in a cutter and a curveball with it.
Mike, you look at that number, 3-2 with a 4.36. You take away that tough performance in Washington, his ERA goes from a 4.36 to a 1.86.
Well, if you think about it, against the Nationals, he went 4 innings. He gave up 10 earned runs. That would hurt anybody's ERA. Since then, he's been really good.
First pitch to Dozier. Off the plate, ball 1. Dozier 1 for 3 with an RBI last night. (63°) here at Safeco Field. The winds are calm. U.S. flag wrapped around a pennant out there, deep center field. Swing and a miss. Bergman, 29 years old, 6'1", 195, out of Glendale, California. Last 3 years in Colorado, 7-9, 55 games over the last 3 years, a 5.79 ERA. This one popped up right above our heads. Might even land in here. Right above. Mike was wheeling left. I was wheeling right. We had it covered.
Safety first. Safety first.
Roger that. Bergman played his college ball at Cal Irvine, nickname the Anteaters. And if you Google that and go to images, that is not a pretty animal. Well, that's a whole nother discussion. 2-2. Swing! Foul tip into Zunino's glove.
Take a look at the defense for the Mariners. Very good outfield this year. Gerard Dyson did not play yesterday. Back in center field tonight, so Heredia will move to left. Then you have Taylor Motter at shortstop and Robinson Cano this year. A tremendous year offensively, but also defensively. Just 1 error on the year for Cano.
How about that double play last night?
That was terrific. That was terrific.
Oh man, going to his right. A dive, a slide, and from underneath it almost like a little trickeration there, throwing under his left hand right on the money. Really impressive. Robbie Grossman in left field, 0 for 4 last night. Put the shift on against him. Former Houston Astro, cup of coffee with Cleveland, exercise an option, got out of that contract. Here he is with Minnesota.
Again, Bergman will throw a lot of strikes. Tries not to walk anybody. And all of his pitches pretty good for him this year. His fastball batting average against just 263. His cutter 265, and his curveball just a 231 batting average.
All right, so you're facing a guy like this. You know, there's so many 95, 98 guys like Paxton, etc. Now you face a guy like Bergman, and basically, I won't say he's just throwing it in there, but it's so easy and it's coming. It's nothing overwhelming.
I think a lot of times, that's a great point. I think a lot of times hitters will get themselves out. But for that to happen, he has to be able to locate on the corners, work the edges of the plate with his cutter and his 2-seamer. And I think he plays off of that. He's not somebody that's going to be able to pitch in the middle of the plate as Maurer waits on deck.
Ball 4 on that 3-2 pitch.
Rare walk.
Coming in, Bergman, 20 strikeouts at 10 walks in 33 innings. And that game you talked about against the Nationals, he was getting squeezed by Kerwin Danley that day and had to throw more pitches over the plate, and consequently against a team like Washington, which was #1 in batting going into that day.
Yeah, that makes it tough. Again, and he's aware of that, but sometimes if you're not getting the pitches on the edges, you're going to throw, because he likes to throw a lot of strikes, you're going to get more of the plate, and that's typically not good news for him. So we'll watch it closely today as far as the strike zone goes.
Joe Mauer, the hitter. Today's home plate umpire, crew chief Brian Gorman, working with Nick Lentz at first, Trip Gibson at second, and Dan Iasoni at third. Mauer 1 for 4 with an RBI last night. 5th inning RBI last night for Mauer. Part of a 4-run 5th that gave Minnesota 5-2 lead. 5-4 going into the 9th on the Mariners with 2 outs. Got the job done.
The other part about it too, as you mentioned, Paxton, he is the power arm in the rotation. But for the rest of the guys, I think they feel that if they make their pitches, they can take advantage of what is a really good defense. The Mariners are 4th in the American League in fielding percentage, and they have the best outfield in the American League.
0-2 here to Mauer with Miguel Sano on deck.
Dyson in left center field. Heredia guarding the line, which is typical with Mauer. He wants to hit the ball the other way.
You mentioned the coverage in the outfield has been fabulous this year for the Mariners. 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss. So Mauer's gone. 2 strikeouts, 2 down.
Did not look today, but yesterday, defensive runs saved. They were #1 in the American League. As you take a look at this last pitch, just a good 2-seamer. Swings underneath it.
So 2 out, and that brings up a guy we've been very impressed by going back to last year, Miguel Sano. He is tied with Nelson Cruz for the RBI lead in the American League with 46, among the home run leaders with 15, among the leaders in runs with 38, total bases he's in the top 10, 3rd in slugging, 4th in on base percentage, 4th in walks. I mean, the guy has just been phenomenal.
And it appears that he likes to hit in this ballpark. Including last night, he ended up with a breaking ball in the middle of the plate, and he ended up over the Mariners bullpen in left field.
Last year, remember, he went upper tank.
A couple of home runs here last year.
And then for a big slugger, hitting at .306 is just outside the top 10. Went 1 for 3, 3-run homer last night. Big part of that 5th inning for Minnesota. Twins over their last dozen games now are 4-8. Been in first place since May 11th in the Central. That was a cut.
Well, that's the reason why you want to stay out of hitters' counts. 2-0, 3-1, 3-2. Bergman, I think that was a cutter that he threw him right there. He felt straight back. He definitely had the driver out.
And a brand new one, too.
Exactly. I don't know if you'll agree with this or not, but somebody was asking me today about Sano, and I said he's not there yet because he hasn't done it. But I think as he moves along in his career, he has a chance to put up Nelson Cruz type of numbers.
No doubt about it.
With the batting average and the home runs.
Yeah, and he's smart. Right? For a young man to be this, very savvy for a guy this age, 24 years old, out of San Pedro de Macorís, 3rd year in the major leagues, all with Minnesota. 18 homers in 80 games 2 years ago. Last year in 116 games, he went 236, 25, and 66. Ooh, what a rip! 3-2.
And again, a hitter's count. Take a look at this. Is a 2-seamer inside. You can see him try to pull his hands in close to his body to get the barrel to it, but a late swing.
3-2 pitch, runner goes, pitch fouled off.
And this is something that we've seen from Bergman. They go back and forth on the edges of the plate. Showed you the two-seamer in on his hands. That last pitch, another cutter again away. Probably just off the plate away.
Gotta be careful with Sano when he's away from home. A .359 hitter. Runner goes again. Pitch hit the other way. Base hit. Grossman will get to third as Gamble gets the ball back in.
Another cutter. This went away from him, inside out swing. See Cano playing up the middle, not able to get to it.
Sano, .255 hitter at home, .359 on the road.
I'll let him have the base hit to right.
Keep him in the yard.
Well, when you look at their lineup, Kepler's having a good year. He's hitting .267 with 7 home runs, but not the type of year that Sano is having.
Right.
If you don't have to pitch to him, I think that you have to be really careful, which Bergman was, and he ended up giving up the base hit.
So it was all over the leaderboard. So. About back. 0-2 to Kepler, 1 for 4 last night.
And for Bergman, a lot of pitches here in the first. 25 pitches, 15 strikes.
Twins came in after beginning this road trip, winning 3 of 4 in Anaheim. Lost the first 2 here, and from here they go to San Francisco for 3. And we'll see them again next week for 4. Bergman here at home, 2-0 record, 1.59 ERA. 0-2 here. Stopped by Zunino.
Look at the Twins leading the Central. Had a lot of problems pitching. They can hit. In 6th in hitting, 5th in on base percentage, so they'll make you work. That is the case here in the first for Bergman.
Runners at the corners. No, thought he had him. 2-2.
Like a pretty good pitch, like cutter again at the top of the strike zone.
Fouled off again.
His best fastball so far at 90.
Sun has brightened things up, particularly out in right field. Right field stands, not affecting players. 2-2 pitch. Counts run full. Strikeout, a walk, a strikeout, a base hit. And now pitch number 31 coming up with Kenny Vargas. The DH is on deck.
And 30 pitches here in the first.
That might be playable. Zunino is there. Big out. So it was an arduous beginning for Bergman, but he gets out unscathed. Mariners coming to bat upon our return. Zunino's home run won the game last night, but he is not a hero unless Ben Gamble gets aboard with 2 outs on a 2-0 pitch last night. 2 outs in the 9th inning. Ben's going to lead it off. Here's a look at the rest of the Mariner batting order.
And with that base hit from Ben, a 10-game hitting streak for him. Danny Valencia will hit cleanup tonight again. Cruz out of the lineup. Danny over the last 31 games hitting .336. He's been a hot hitter. Mike Zunino a walk-off 2-run homer last night, the first of his career. He is hitting 6th in the lineup. And Boog Powell will be the DH and round out the 9 for the Mariners. For Gibson again, he's had his struggles this year. 2-4 record, ERA over 7. Fastball at 92. Fastball slider combination for him.
First pitch strike to Ben Gamble. 2 homers, 7 doubles, 2 triples. So he faces 29-year-old Kyle Gibson, 6'6", 216. Out of Greenfield, Indiana. Played his college ball at the University of Missouri. Ben's done a fabulous job with Mitch Haniger on the shelf, who's working his way back. We very well could see him next week. Haniger down and playing with the Tacoma Ball Club. 1-2 here to Ben. Swing and a miss. He's gone. 1 out.
Look at the defense for the Twins. Second in fielding percentage in the American League. Max Kepler in right field. Strong throwing arm in right field. Miguel Sano had a good night last night in the field. Strong throwing arm for him. Joe Mauer at first base has yet to make an error this year. And Jason Castro, the former Astro, will do the catching. Gibson off the scouting report a little bit. A few changeups. Ben Gamble. Typically he'll stay with his fastball slider. To the left-handers, maybe use his changeup a little bit more.
First pitch to Heredia in there for strike.
You can see why his fastball has been a problem this year. 92 miles an hour, but opponents hitting .364, slugging .580 against it. Whiff percentage only at 11%. So basically, he's falling behind in counts and having to throw a lot of fastballs in the middle of the plate. And it's costing him. He has not been able to work deep into a game because of that. His last outing, his longest outing of the year, 5 2/3 against the Angels.
1-1 here to Guillermo. 0 for 4 in last night's game. Guillermo in left field tonight. Started in center field last evening. 2-1 pitch. Bouncing ball to the shortstop. Adrianza just throws him out. 2 down. Here comes Robinson Cano. 0 for 4 in last night's game, first game. A 2 for 3, hit a 3-run homer. Talking to Mike Zunino and Ben Gamble about Robbie and his routine and how he dictates the pace when he gets in a batter's box. And Gamble was funny. He says, I'm out at second base sometimes, and he's going through his routine. And he says, he said, sometimes I want to call time. And he has to catch himself. He's getting his lead. He's getting his lead. Sometimes Robbie will wait. Oh, he got to wake himself up.
Well, you're right. He will decide. And one of the things we've seen, even on this homestand, there's been times, especially in important situations, where the pitcher ends up stepping off the back of the mound, not happy about it, but eventually Robbie will end up winning the battle.
Oh, no doubt about it. Quiet inning for the Mariners. Second inning coming up. See 6, 7, and 8 in the order for the Twins. Christian Bergman getting the start here tonight. Threw a lot of pitches in the first inning, but survived it. Mike stranding 2.
No, you're right. He had to make a couple of pitches to get out of the inning. But for him overall, his fastball command is critical for him. We'll take a look at his fastball again. 88 miles an hour, but opponents hitting just 263 against slugging, just 368. So good numbers in the chase percentage. You can see he can pitch off the plate, expand the zone 23% for Bergman.
Kenny Vargas leads off, DHing. Strike 1. Vargas, Castro, and Buxton.
Vargas did not play last night. Having a good year, 258, 5 home runs.
Vargas been with the Twins since 2014 season. Spells his name Kennys, but pronounced Kenny.
Bergman 31 pitches in the first inning.
That is a lot. Hopefully he can make up the difference as we move forward.
No, you're right. If he can get his curveball going with his fastball and his cutter, I think he can get some quick outs, especially on the ground with the curveball. Miss with that breaking ball.
So the Mariners have reached 500. I think it is a fabulous accomplishment, tremendous accomplishment given what has happened to the pitching staff. Scott Servais said, hey, 500 is great. I'm excited about the way the boys are playing. It's so true. Foul back. Down the left field line. They turn back the clock night. It's Saturday, June 24th. On this special night, we're going to go back to the day in 1977. Mariners' inaugural year, thanks to Steel. First 20,000 fans take home a Mariners trident cap. So get ready to celebrate the 70s by boogieing on over to Mariners.com for tickets. What's the over-under on John Travolta suits and dancing? I would say I'd take the over.
I would say so.
3-2. Cano is over to his right, make the catch.
Good cutter in on his hands, breaks his bat. And you were talking about 500 in the club and the rotation. Think about, you haven't had your starting right fielder, your shortstop on the deal for the second time, and now Nelson Cruz hasn't played for a couple of days.
Right, and the stretch where Robbie was missed.
Robbie was missed. Yeah.
Remarkable achievement. From here, onward, boys, onward. Jason Castro, the catcher, 1 for 4 last night.
You mentioned Haniger. Felix is going to have another rehab start. So a couple of the guys working their way back. It sounds like Segura may be back sooner than they originally thought.
I saw him yesterday after his news conference, and he's very optimistic.
That's a great sign for him. There's Felix.
At first, we go back, be in Minnesota on Monday. Wouldn't be a shock to see Segura maybe Wednesday next week.
It's amazing. Yeah, it's amazing. You get an opportunity and you watch guys and you wonder how they're going to handle it and deal with it. Seeing that picture right there, you can see Miranda.
Good as he
has saved them.
Oh.
The guy that wasn't going to be in their rotation at the start of the year, and he's been everything for them.
6-2 with a 3.74, most wins on the club. 0-2 pitch. Yeah, I mean, you want to play the game. Where would they be without him? Put Miranda in there, back into that question. Don't want to find out. 12 starts, 67 innings, 61 strikeouts, 24 walks.
Well, that's been the big part for me. Is he's pitched well, obviously with the 6 wins and his ERA, but the innings, because they've needed him at times. And he seemed like he went through a couple, 2 or 3 starts there, where the bullpen was done. The rest of the guys were not able to get deep in the game, and it was all on him, and he was able to get through it.
1-2 pitch here. Up high. Talk about a saver.
Yeah.
Two and 2 to Castro. Another foul ball. couple Californians getting after it. Bergman from Glendale and Jason Castro from Castro Valley, California. A Stanford man. 2-2. Dyson coming in. Easy play. 2 down. Well, in college basketball circles, they call it the blue wave. I'll call it the blue wave here for the Canadian ball club coming in. The Toronto Blue Jays. CenturyLink brings you what's next. Joe Biagini against Sam Gaviglio. My building today, lady was checking in, and hey, nice to be here. And the concierge said, "Where are you from?" I said, "Well, I'm from Canada." I said, "You're part of the blue wave, aren't you?" "Yeah, there's more coming."
Gaviglio to start that series. He's really pitched well too. ERA just over 3.
Byron Buxton. They can do some coverage in the outfield. I told him, I said, "How many times have you been told that you might remind people of Devon White and Gary Maddox?" He said, "Means a lot." He was an infielder up to 9th grade. He's from the greater Atlanta area. Chipper Jones and Rafael Furcal were his guys, and then he became an outfielder. Ichiro Jr., Jim Edmonds, and Torrey Hunter were his guys. And it shows as he strikes out there. 1, 2, 3 inning for Christian Bergman. And a lot more economical here in the second. Danny Valencia is going to lead it off in the Mariners' home second. Sweep here against the Minnesota Twins. There's a reminder at BECU you have price nights at the ballpark. Fans could pick up tickets for as low as $13 plus enjoy happy hour specials up until first pitch. Mark your calendars for the next event. It's coming up Monday, June 19th. Tigers will be in town. For details, log on to mariners.com/specials. Here is Danny Valencia to lead it off. 12 for 25, a homer, 12 runs batted in on the homestand. Coming off an 0 for 4 last night. Overload left side of the infield for Danny.
I was just thinking it's interesting seeing that. I wonder how quickly they make their adjustments, because we've been talking about Danny Valencia and the way that he's been swinging the bat over the last month. 31-32 games for him, and he's hit the ball the other way quite a bit over that time.
And on cue, Dozier moved back to the right side of the infield. Swing and a miss, got him away. Tag applied by Kachko. 1 out.
He's going to get him with a breaking ball down out of the strike zone. Like the curveball.
One out here in the Mariners second. Here's Kyle Seager. Mariner third baseman, 1 for 3 last night. Solo home run, 6th inning. Gives him 7 on the season. 33 runs batted in. A little 3-game hitting streak working.
The the Mariners with their 4 home runs last night, Dave, but it wasn't the fact that they hit 4 home runs, but they were all long home runs. Ruiz into the upper deck, the one that Kyle hit, of course, Zunino with the game winner. They're way back.
Oh. Long distance dialing. Saw Chooch at the batting cage. I said, how many times you go up there in batting practice? Because that was impressive last night, going upper deck. He says, only once.
I like the honesty.
Yeah, only once.
He didn't miss that one last night, I can tell you that.
Felt good, did it? Oh, yeah. And it looked like the reverse mirror shot. It's almost like a right-handed. You know, we always talk about the lefty loop zone, that down and in. That's what he hit. He hit a down and in pitch.
Yeah, dropped the barrel to it.
Put the shift on now for Seager with Sano going over to the right side of the infield. Great job by Carlos Ruiz last night. Wow, that home run came on the heels of Zunino's home run, which was pretty doggone special itself. 1-2 pitch to Kyle. 2-2. Mariners start tonight, second place in the West, 12 behind Houston. As we speak, top 9, Houston leading 4-1 at Kansas City. Down and in. Speaking of Houston, next homestand, we'll see him for 3 right here at Safeco Field. Mariners have Toronto this weekend here at home. Then go on the road for Minnesota 4, 3 for Texas. Then come home for Detroit 4, Houston 3, and Philly for 2. Full count here to Seager. Well struck. Oh, that eats up Dozier.
Yeah.
My goodness, base hit.
Yeah, I think that maybe hit him on the chin or in the face.
Whoa.
Not sure if it hit the lip of the grass or his throat.
That's even worse.
That'll be a base hit for Kyle. Yeah, hit it right on the button. Let's see if it hits the lip of the grass. Now he carries that. It just bounces straight up in the air on him. Wow. There's nothing he can do about that. And Kyle hit it hard. He's been swinging the bat well lately.
It's unfortunate. See him shake that off. Time for our AARP getting to know Mike Zunino, RBI leader since May 23rd. Zunino's return from AAA. Impressive list that he's on. It's a lot more relaxed at the plate. The results have been outstanding. Off his foot.
Yeah, I would agree with you, Dave. I think it looks more athletic, more comfortable for him.
Cut off the shin, that foul ball.
Take a look at it. Snoqualmie Casino Supermo as it goes right off the front of his shin.
Talking to Scott Service about Zunino, and he mentioned Evan Longoria and wanted a similar stance. He looks a lot like Longoria now. That very upright, not much with knee flex.
It's one of those things too that I've noticed with him is it's still a work in progress. He hasn't been doing it for a long time. And when he first was called up, he was a little more open. Remember that? He was a little bit more open. So now he's more square, more straight away.
How great was it that he hit the pitch away from him yesterday?
It's the only way you're going to survive in this league. Eventually you have to cover the outer half of the plate, or they will just continue to go there, because if you think about it, most pitchers are trying to get you out of the way.
2-1. Goes there again. This time not as far as last night. Kepler runs it down.
But still, to your point, that pitch is elevated, but it is right on the outside corner. Maybe it was a slider, and that is a pitch that earlier he wouldn't have been able to make contact with, and at least he gives him a chance now.
Beautiful night here at Safeco Field. 2 outs, 1 on. Brings up center fielder Gerard Dyson. Came in as a late game replacement last night. Danny Valencia got thrown out of the game after striking out, actually grounding out in the 8th inning. Gerard played the 9th at center field. Sano in on the grass at third as Dyson takes a strike. Dyson 3 for 13 against Kyle Gibson. Sano giving chase. And he's got room. Makes the play. Hard hit single by Kyle Seager. The only noise by the Mariners in the second. Scoreless ball game. We go to the third. Mariners going for the sweep, looking for their 6th consecutive win. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Seattle Mariners. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Seattle Mariners. A-Ray Adrianza, the shortstop, leading things off, followed by Brian Dozier and Robbie Grossman. 9-1 and 2 coming up. Took a lot off of that.
A good changeup. 79 miles an hour. A little sink to it.
One hit for each team. Miguel Sano, hard base hit right center in the first, and Kyle Seager base hit in the second inning.
And if you missed it, Bergman 31 pitches in the first inning, was able to get out of it. Had to throw a lot of pitches, 18 in the second, so a little bit better.
Allen hit well. Base hit. Leadoff man's aboard here in the Twins' third. Time now for a Geico This Date in MLB history. Take you back just 5 years ago. Seems like yesterday. Are you kidding? Remember this? Mariners 6 pitchers combined to no-hit the Dodgers. Millwood, Furbush, Pryor, Litke, Lee, and Wilhelmsen. group as far as I can recall. Tom Wilhelmsen, the only one still pitching. He's with the Diamondbacks. Tommy got an at bat today, I'm told. The D-backs scored 15 runs.
Really?
Beating San Diego.
I think just knowing Tom Wilhelmsen, that would have been entertaining to watch him hit today.
Oh, no question about it.
I'm sure he had a good time with it.
15-3 Arizona over San Diego. Diamondbacks having a great year. A mile-high pop-up. Heredia calling off Motter. That was good to get Dozier out of there.
And again, with Sano hitting cleanup tonight, it will be important. Get the guys out in front of them.
By the way, in that Arizona game, Chris Iannetta, most recently of the Mariners, went 3 for 5, scored 3 runs, knocked in 7.
I'm really happy that he's been able to get back into it after taking that fastball in his face. That was terrible looking, and since then he's actually been swinging the bat pretty well. Had a big day today.
Base hit for Grossman. First and second, 1 out.
Well, being aggressive, fastball in the middle of the plate. Sano waiting on deck. He could use a double play right here.
Oh my goodness, yes. Joe Mauer struck out on an 0-2 pitch. Outfield swung around towards left. Strike 1. Cano and Motter. Double play depth up the middle from Mauer. So he's ahead 0-2.
2 good pitches right at the bottom of the strike zone. It's interesting, both those pitches away from him. Talk about Mauer a lot. Wants to hit the ball the other way. Two-seamer just missing the outside corner. That's a good miss. And I think that's a smart way to pitch to him, because I think it's easier for Mauer to inside out the ball the other way on something that's middle in. Stay back a little bit longer on that fastball away, especially the two-seamer.
1-2 strikes. Goes left field. It's deep. Dyson on the track makes the catch. Runner at second. Adrianza tags. Moves to third. And there are 2 away here in the 3rd inning. RBI Baseball 2017 is out now for Xbox One, PS4, iOS, and Android. Enjoy fast-paced pick-up and play MLB action packed with all your favorite teams, players, ballparks, and much more. The breakout MLB season is here. You better come ready to play. Learn more at RBIGame.com. 2 outs. Runners at the corners for Miguel Sano. 3-2 pitch, first time up, single to right. Takes breaking ball for strike.
Pitched him away his first time up. It was 1 two-seamer that he threw in on a 3-1 count that he fouled back, but everything else was the cutter slider away from him.
0-2. Earlier this week, Sano passed Manny Machado in American League balloting for the All-Star game at third base. Manny got spiked the other day. And a big swing and a miss. That's a huge out for Christian Bergman. His 4th strikeout. Stranding 2. We go to the home third here at Safeco Field. Baseball on Root Sports being brought to you by Virginia Mason Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. By your local Toyota dealers for all Toyota offers. Go to buyatoyota.com. Toyota, let's go places. By Geico, 15 minutes can save you 15% or more on car insurance. And by CHI Franciscan Health, the Mariners' official partners in health. Learn to stay Northwest healthy at nwhealthy.org. That was the view from Westport. Some folks out there surfing, I'm told. Taylor Motter batting in the 8-hole tonight, leads off. 1-0 pitch. Slow roller Sano. Hey, that throw. Mike, you got to appreciate the arm.
I really do, and really good feet too. We were talking about him earlier after watching before the game today. Dave and I were talking about him and just how agile he is. He moves around for a big man. He's 265 pounds, and see him come in here, field it no problem. Really good feet and a tremendous throwing arm.
Get some of the Seahawks D linemen, see if they can move like that. Here's Boog Powell. Now trying to break an 0 for 6. To Boog.
See if he can take advantage of the fastball right here.
Powell got to play in Tuesday's game when Nelly Cruz had to come out with the right calf of his barking. 2-0.
It's a tough job right now. He's just playing every day in the minor leagues, and he gets up here and now sits on the bench for a while, does some pinch hitting for him. He's trying to learn all those different things.
Ground ball to the second baseman, Dozier. Speaking of back in Tacoma tonight is Boog Powell bobblehead night at the Rainiers game. Take a look at the Mariners calendar, brought to you by Mattress Firm. The blue wave of the Toronto Blue Jays. They come in over the weekend. That'll be fun. Mariners beat them 2 out of 3 here last year. Then we go back. We'll see Minnesota for 4 more games. 3 in Texas, and then come back home for another nice homestand. Detroit, Houston, and Philadelphia. A couple of ground outs here. Top of the order. Here's Gamble. Struck out his first time.
I think we're really going to appreciate the weather here at home after this next home or road trip. Excuse me. It'll be humid and hot.
A lot of those numbers are beginning with 9s for Minnesota and Texas. Pick a polo, any polo. Like my polo shirt's going to need them. I don't mind jacket and tie, but 90 degrees, that changes that opinion.
With humidity.
Yeah. Oh. 0-2 pitch. In and out of the glove of Castro. Shortstop. Wow. Oh my goodness. Adrian Hunter went back there. Buxton's got fabulous closing speed and called him off and made the play. A little scary. You can laugh about it now. 1-2-3 of the Mariners in the third. Get a sweep here against the Twins and try to get win number 6, a 6th consecutive win. Time for a Big Fish Casino Big Catch. How about this? Communication is big in baseball, Mike.
It's critical, especially on something like this. Kind of in the triangle out there. You can see the shortstop waving off of Buxton. Tremendous speed and a pretty good catch overall. Steps off to the side, missing the shortstop.
Man. Risky business. Well, what would you expect from a guy whose idols and outfield idols include Ichiro, Ken Griffey Jr., Jim Edmonds, and Torrey Hunter? Here's Max Kepler to lead it off. Kepler, Vargas, and Castro. And not to be forgotten, in last night's game, Gallardo wasn't brilliant. He held the fort last night.
I thought that he threw pretty well last night. He had the one inning again that ended up getting him. We gave up the 4 earned runs, but outside of that, he was able to pitch a little bit deeper into the game, which was critical for them. And I thought that, again, outside of that one inning, he really threw the ball pretty well overall. And it was the mistake to Sano that hurt him. It was the breaking ball on the 3-run home run. But so hopefully he's heading in the right direction. I would think he would feel a little bit better about the way things went last night.
Indeed. There's Giovanni. Went 7 innings last night. No decision. Seager puts away that pop fly. Pop foul by Kepler, 1 out. Vargas, a soft liner to Cano. They got Cano out short right field again for him. One-0 pitch. Cano's going to get another opportunity. Quarter down against Kenny Vargas, 2 down.
I'm starting to see Bergman settle in. Typically put the ball in play. He has 3-4 strikeouts tonight. That's the type of contact, a little pop up, and now that one right off the end of the bat, weak ground ball.
Really messes with the timing, right?
It does, and again, it's fastball with the cutter and the 2-seamer going in opposite directions. It's difficult as a hitter to pick it up. I've not seen his curveball a lot, but he really hasn't needed it.
Castro 0 for 1, flat out to center.
Last fastball at 90. He's hit that a couple of times tonight.
Of course, you realize a win tonight will put the Mariners over 500 for the first time this year, as this one gets stroked a long way and gone off the bat. Jason Castro, his 6th home run, RBI number 18, 1-0 Minnesota.
I think this is a mistake by Christian. 0-1 pitch. I think he went with the cutter, but I think he wanted to elevate it a little bit more right around the belt, try to get it in on his hands, but instead, that little loop zone we always talk about with the left-handed hitters. Middle, in, and down. Yeah, Mike had the high target, didn't quite get it there, and he dropped the barrel on it. We'll look at our Snoqualmie Casino Supermo in the swing by Castro. 85 miles an hour on that cutter.
Buxton fouls one off. Struck out his first time. Gets that corner, he's ahead. Ball and 2 strikes. There's Castro, long blast there for him. 1-2. Swing and a miss. Zanino will throw down to Valencia. That'll do it. Another strikeout, number 5 for Bergman. He gives up a home run to Castro. 1-0 Twins. And coming up for the Mariners, we've got 2, 3, and 4. Heredia, Cano, and Valencia here at Safeco Field. Let's go surfing now. Everybody's learning how. Come along and ride with me. Thank you, Brian Wilson and the Beach Boys, as we look at Westport.
That will wake you up.
Yeah, you think? Holy man, that's good stuff. A little GoPro action. I'll tell you what, I admire those guys.
That's great.
Daring do, nerve, and good athleticism. Very nice. It's as close as I need to get. Here's Heredia. Grounded out to short first time.
Mariners with just 1 hit tonight. Kyle Gibson has struggled this year, and if you look at the second, third time through the order, that's been the problem. Second time through, opponents hitting .333. Third time through, .382.
Wow.
So Heredia hitting second in the lineup. Hopefully they get something going here.
Big cut, 1-2. Infield straight up, outfield tilted to the right for Heredia. One hit for the Mariners. Second inning, Kyle Seager, one out single to right. And the shift on against him. Hit it into short right field and took a nasty hop and hit Brian Dozier, the second baseman, in the face. Solidly stroked. Will it get down? It will.
And a good start. A slider off the end of the bat. Pretty good pitch by Gibson. It's going to be on the outside corner at the knees. Heredia stays with it, catches it off the end of the bat. A little soft line drive into left.
If Robbie Cano can make a moment right here. Mariners down 1-0 on a Castro home run. Robbie with a comebacker to Kyle Gibson in his first at bat, ended the first inning. Already a 1 for 3 in base stealing. Pretty good lead. And Mauer knocks it down. Gibson does his job and covers. Nice play. Tough break for Robbie. Thought that was going to get through.
Well, I think Cano, smart hitter. I think he was trying to take advantage of the hole on the right side of the infield with Mauer holding Heredia on. He felt that he can get a ground ball through there, and it's right on the end of his glove to knock it down. Again, Mauer has not made an error this year, and that's right off the heel of his glove. So he stays with the play to get the out. Mariners will have their first base runner in scoring position in Heredia.
Joe, an all-star catcher in his early days in his career, his 14th year in the big leagues. Heredia with plus speed. He's out at second for Danny Valencia. Struck out on an 0-2 pitch.
Danny saw 3 pitches in his first at bat, all of them breaking balls away from him. The last one was in the dirt. Starts him off with a fastball inside, probably trying to get back to the outer half again. A good count.
Yes, indeed. 2-0.
Mariners hitting .256 with runners in scoring position.
2-0. Now 3-0.
2-0 breaking ball. Kyle Seager waiting on deck. He has one of the 2 hits for the Mariners.
Dozier trying to hold Heredia. Here's a 3-0. Here's a strike. Five consecutive wins in 9 of the last 10 for the Mariners. 6-1 on this homestand. And Danny's aboard with a walk. First walk issue tonight by Gibson. Runners at the corners, 1 out. Let's take a look at our Delta Airlines keep climbing standings. A win tonight put the Mariners beyond 500 for the first time this season. It's good enough for second place right now. The Mariners pretty good shape right now. A long way to go. This is game number 61, but it relates to the wild card. They've been picking up a lot of ground lately. And Kyle Seager, a couple of men aboard, 1 out. It's ball 1. As it relates to the wild card chase, Mariners 2 back.
What you have to like is where their schedule is right now.
I'll say.
Toronto coming into town, then they go to Minnesota, Texas, and they come right back home where they've really played well this year.
Mariners 19-10 at home, 11-20 on the road. They will catch a full throttle Toronto ball club with Tulo, Russell Martin, and Donaldson back healthy. They were not available when we were up there when they swept the Mariners. The atmosphere will be electric. You might see blue-clad folks as you're driving home tonight, Mike.
Yeah, you're right about that. Saw some in the ballpark already getting ready for it.
Buxton has it in his sights. Makes the play. Tell you what, he's got a better arm than I remember. 2 outs. Let's see if Mike Zunino can do something here. 2 out, 2 on. Other happenings in baseball. How about this one? Yankees beat Boston 9-1. David Price takes the loss. He's 1-1 with a 5.29 since coming off the DL. He allowed 6 runs in 5 innings, including 2 home runs to Gary Sanchez. And Houston just closed out Kansas City 6-1. Houston got 5 runs in the 9th inning for the win. Altuve had a 2-run homer in that 9th inning. Way out front.
Started him off with an off-speed pitch. Well located at the knees on the corner. Month of June, nobody has driven in more runs than Mike Zunino. Here we are in the 8th, and he's driven in 13 runs for the month.
Nice.
That's best in the American League.
Mariners trying to sweep Minnesota here at home for the first time since August of 2012.
Mike flew out to right his first time up. They were pitching him away. Going there again.
1-1. Some other good news for the Mariners. Drew Smiley threw a light bullpen today. Excited, anxious to get back. Mentioned Nelson Cruz sitting out one more game. He'll be back tomorrow with the sore right calf, which re-aggravated last week when we were in Colorado. Timing play and back safely, so ready.
I haven't really thought about it or talked about it much. Take a look at the pickoff play, timing play. But with Smiley, as you mentioned, you consider how well he threw the ball in the World Baseball Classic, and then not to be able to start the season. He's just been rehabbing the entire time. That's tough.
Look forward to his first start as a Mariner. Here comes the 1-1. Off speed pitch, ball and 2 strikes. Zunino 1 for 11 against Gibson.
2 pretty good pitches to him. It's the one spot that they haven't tried him. Yesterday had a fastball inside. He hit it out of the ballpark. The game winner was a fastball up and out over the plate. Both of these are down around the knees and breaking balls.
2 out, 2 on. 1-2 pitch here to Zunino. Good check. 2-2. Gibson tonight has struck out 2, walked 1. Gerard Dyson's on deck. Jason Castro home run in the 4th, top half of this inning. The difference in the game right now. 2-2 pitch with 2 out, 2 on. Good take. Good count for Mike.
We'll see what he goes with. He was able to get the 2 strikes on the breaking ball. I don't think he'll give in to him. The runners will take off with the pitch. See where he wants to go.
Long look for the sign. Here we go. 3-2. Runners take off. Strike 3 called.
Tough pitch.
Sure was. Second, make that 3rd strikeout for Gibson. Strands 2 here in the 4th. 1-0 Twins. Here we go, inning number 5. Christian Bergman, 31 pitches in the first inning. He's settled down since then. He has given up a home run to Jason Castro, but throwing a nice ball game here for the Mariners.
He has, working both sides of the plate, using his curveball. Just one walk for him so far. 5 strikeouts.
Ehire Adrianza to lead things off here for Minnesota, the 5th. We got a base hit to right, leading off the 3rd. One of 2 runners stranded that inning.
76 pitches, 52 strikes for him. Changeup. 18 batters faced, 11 first pitch strikes.
In the dirt. Adrianza came over from the Giants. He was with them since the 13th season. Total of 154 games. He's 220. Known for the glove, not for the bat. He'll be followed by Dozier and Grossman to get back to the top of the order. 3-1 pitch, and he lost it. Second walk. Here's our Columbia Bank difference of the game. 0-1 pitch, 2 out, nobody on, 4th inning. The batter, Jason Castro.
Yeah, one of the few mistakes. A cut fastball. Zunino had his glove up in the zone. They wanted to elevate it, try to get it in on his hands, but it's right at the knees, probably middle in. Castro hit it out of the ballpark. Castro, his 6th home run of the year.
Top of the order, here's Dozier. Strikeout and a fly to left. 9 homers, 24 runs batted in. He homered 2 nights ago in the 4th inning. Mariners won that game though, 12-3. Last night, 6-5 in the heroics of Ben Gamble. Got a 2-out base hit, and then Zunino followed with a game-winning homer. Ball 1 to Brian. Born in Tupelo, Mississippi, birthplace of the King, Elvis Presley. Works out with Gerard Dyson in Hattiesburg. They had the last couple of seasons. Gerard from Mississippi. He's from Macomb, but lives now in Hattiesburg. Somebody.
Like Taylor?
Goodness gracious. Attention convention out there.
We'll take a look at it. You can see they're both calling it.
Oh, man.
Yeah. The play for Taylor to stay with it, make the catch. And that's big time out. Dozier last year with 40 home runs. American League record for second baseman.
Robbie Grossman walking, a base hit to left.
Similar pitch to his base hit. It was a fastball away from him. First pitch fastball, and he lined it into left field. Late on that fastball. 88 miles an hour.
Back safely is Adrianza. Runner goes, got a good jump. Throw by Zunino. It is. And in time. Second stolen base for Adrianza.
So he runs on a breaking ball. Pretty good jump. Off speed pitch. little bit of tail to it. Looked like Taylor, that's the reason why he came out in front of the bag to make the catch. Didn't want to get tangled up with the runner.
1-0 Twins. Top of the 5th. Runner in scoring position. 1 out.
Twins are 0 for 3 with runners in scoring position tonight. Came into the game hitting .237 as a team, so they've struggled.
Gamble coming over. Is that good coverage we were talking about before? Boy, this guys can cover the gaps.
And that looked tricky. I think that he was expecting the ball to hook back to him, which is typical with a left-handed hitter, but I think this knuckled a little bit and was heading more towards the gap. Take another look at it. Normally that ball would start to come back to him, but it looks like it's staying away, and that's the reason why he had to reach up for it. Good play.
2 outs brings up Joe Mauer. Strikeout, fly to center. Joe at 286 coming into this at bat. First pitch strike.
We obviously don't get to watch the Twins a lot, but with Mauer, it seems that he always takes that first pitch strike.
Yep. Rolls over on this one. Robbie's got to come get it. Oh, and he boots it. Got the runner hung up. Here's a throw, and it gets by Seager. And the run is going to score, and Mauer goes to second. Costly.
And they're going to give him 2 errors, and he had just 1 on the season.
Well,
it's coming in. See if the ball comes up. It does a little bit. Goes off the heel of his glove. Yeah, that definitely came up a little bit. And you can see he looked right away to third, and he knew he had a play on him. It hits right off the cut of the grass. Gets past Kyle. He rushed the throw a little bit.
It's a 2-0 Minnesota. Dangerous hitter in Sano. Sano is singled and struck out. Costly couple of errors. Should have been the inning.
Has been playing really good defense. They were 4th in the American League in fielding percentage, and Robbie with just 1 error on the year.
That is not what he had planned. 1-1 the count to Sano. Mauer's at second, 2 outs.
He's definitely worked hard to keep the ball at the top of the strike zone against Sano. Good low ball hitter. Outfield playing straight up.
2 strikes. And him out front. Bergman about to throw pitch number 92. We're in the 5th. 2-0 lead for Minnesota. One-two to Sano. Swing and a miss. Got him to offer to pitch way outside. 1 run on no hits, 2 errors, and a man left. Tough way to go here. The Mariners are down 2-0, and that thing rolled right up the heel. And these fans, they had their own issues. 2-0 Twins. Trailing the Twins, bottom 5 and the bottom 3rd of the order coming up against Kyle Gibson. Tried Dyson to lead it off. Fouled out to the third baseman Sano in his first at bat. Well struck down the line. That's extra bases for Jarrod Dyson. This will be his 8th double, or maybe his 2nd triple. It's going to be a triple. Jarrod Dyson, a leadoff triple here in the Mariners' 5th.
Going to be
watch him
aggressive.
scoot.
Yeah, going to be aggressive too. I like it. Gibson missed with the first pitch. He knows he's going to come back with a fastball. His fastball's up and in. He tomahawks it down into the corner. And then once he sees it's going to go all the way to the corner, he turns it on. And no play.
And that good lean coming around second. Like watching that. Dave Alley joins us right now. Val, who's the fastest guy you played with? Because Dyson can really burn it up.
He does. I'll tell you what, it's just a beautiful thing watching speed running around the bases. But the guy that sticks out in my mind is a young guy. Well, he's not young anymore, but a young player by the name of Donnell Nixon. He had, I believe it was 144 stolen bases, which at that time was the record in the minor leagues before Vince Coleman.
What a play by Sano.
So Vince Coleman came back, I want to say maybe a year or two later. He ended up stealing, I think, 145 bases in the minor leagues. But Donnell got to the big leagues with Seattle. I think it was back in 1986. Tremendous speed. I think he was running a 60-yard dash in like 6'1". It was world-class speed.
Boy, that's impressive. And watching Dyson making a turn, coming around second, reminded me of being at the Penn Relays, watching the relay runners, those guys that run the curve, man. That's good stuff. Kenny Lofton, how's he compare to Kenny Lofton?
You know, visually he looks a lot like Kenny Lofton. Even the way he saunters around the bases, the running style is very similar to Kenny Lofton. They're both left-handed hitters. They were both very dangerous base runners on the path, and you never like to see either of those guys get on base early in an inning.
Hey Val, was Donnell brothers with Otis?
He was the younger brother of Otis Nixon, who was a great center fielder for many teams. Unfortunately, in spring training, he had a compound fracture of his shin bone.
Oh my goodness.
We were out in Sun City playing the Milwaukee Brewers, and it really put a damper on his career because he was just starting to figure out how to swing the bat and put the ball in play and really utilize his speed. So the Mariners lost a potential superstar in Donnell Nixon with that injury.
Boy, Otis had some good years with the Atlanta Braves. A lot of division titles. Val, some good stuff, man. Thank you. Catch you on Mariners postgame presented by Alaska Airlines after this contest. 3-0 count, Boog Powell.
James Pazos getting loose in the pen. Bergman now over 90 pitches, so Pazos getting loose. Hard throwing left-hander for the Mariners.
Good work last night. Threw a scoreless inning. Recorded a strikeout. 3-1 here to Boog. And he's aboard. So they'll bring the go-ahead run to the plate here. MLB All-Star balloting. It's underway, and Nelson Cruz continues to have a commanding lead to be the starting DH for the American League. Help extend Nelson's lead by casting your ballot up to 5 times each day at mariners.com/vote. First minor league season for Donnell Nixon. Chattanooga had 102 stolen bases. Wow. It's just the second walk. Let's see if Gamble can do some damage here. And is that going to be deep enough?
Yes.
They're going to be challenged. Let's see. Tag, and that'll get the Mariners on the board. RBI for Ben Gamble is 17th. It's 2-1 Minnesota.
And for the Mariners, we're a little bit unlucky with Motter hitting. Motter hit it about as hard as you could. Unfortunate that Sano was able to make the play, so you really have to pick that run up after a leadoff triple. So nice job by Ben Gamble to get him in early in the count.
Nice job by Ben. Campbell's third sacrifice fly.
A couple of outs. We'll see if Luke Powell wants to steal a base. Mariners are third in the American League in stolen bases.
Boog has not attempted one yet. Strike one to Heredia, base hit the left in the fourth. He's 1 for 2. Is able to check a swing. Powell with 10 stolen bases at Tacoma last year. There he goes. Pitch hit the other way. He'll get the third. Beautifully done. Guillermo Heredia with his second base hit tonight. The Mariners and runners at the corners with 2 outs.
And I think this was a straight steal. Heredia just takes advantage of the big hole on the right side of the infield. Inside out swing. You see Luke Powell running. Nobody on the right side of the infield. And I don't think it was a hit and run. I think it was a straight steal.
A chance for Robbie Cano to make up for the double error back in the top half of this inning. Got a comebacker to the pitcher and a ground out to the first baseman. Got robbed by Maurin. A hard diving play to his right. Gibson covered.
A couple of sinkers away from him. Hopefully he will make his adjustment. Mariners are 0 for 3 with runners in scoring position tonight. And as a team hitting .256 overall.
First pitch to Robbie. Tying run at third. Ball 1. Cano now 6 for 22. 5 runs batted in against Kyle Gibson. Strike 1-1. And there's reason to object on that one. Brian Gorman, no plate umpire.
Well, looks like a changeup, and they wanted it to be on the outside corner. And anytime you see the catcher reach across the plate, we're assuming that that's going to be a ball inside. Typically, you won't get the call. Gibson did on that last pitch.
1-1 to Cano. Back with the dive is Heredia. Powell at third. Astros get a run in the fourth. Castro's home run, the catcher for the Twins, and then a fielding error and a throwing error by Cano led to the second run in the fifth. Smoked right at Buxton. Going back, and he makes the catch. Outstanding play, and again Cano hits it right on the button and has nothing to show for it. But kind of hard to hit a ball better than that. Nice play by Buxton. Ooh, hit his head. Mariners get on the board. It's 2-1 Minnesota. Seattle Mariners baseball on Root Sports being brought to you by Safeco Insurance. Find a local agent at Safeco.com. Do more by Amtrak Cascades. What a beautiful way to travel. Visit Cascades.com. And by Clearwater Casino. So many reasons to come out and play. And by Steel. To find your local Steel dealer, visit SteelDealers.com. Grace Harbor. Nice day to be out on the boat. Night is done for Mariners starter Christian Bergman.
Really pitched well. Again, 5 innings, just 4 hits, 2 runs, 1 of them earned. That was the solo home run to Castro. A couple of walks, 6 strikeouts, 92 pitches, 62 of those for strikes.
Time now for a Beacon Plumbing call to the pen. Power left-hander James Pazos.
2.39 ERA and 26 in the third, 32 strikeouts. A lot of strikeouts for him. Opponent's hitting just 206. Fastball mid to upper 90s and a hard slider.
First assignment, get Max Kepler, tough left-hand hitter. Off the fist, popped it up. Zunino takes a look. He has no play. Just joining us, no Nelly Cruz again tonight. Calf barking on him there to right calf, and figured safety and discretion, better part of valor. Give him another day. Get ready for the big series against Toronto, which starts here tomorrow.
Great things about winning ball games, playing well. Certainly have done that here at home. Can afford to give him an extra day here and there.
Indeed. Mariners 6-1 on this homestand. They won 5 consecutive games. They've won 9 of the last 10. They've battled their way back to 500. This one is playable. Seager calling everybody off. One away here in the 6th. The Orchid card is all you need to ride the Sounder train. Link light rail, buses, ferries, and streetcars. Learn more at getorca.com. Mariners at 500 for the first time since May 10, when they were 17-17, and a win tonight would put them over 500 for the first time this season. Kenny Vargas 0 for 2.
Switch hitter, turn around, hit right-handed. Good fastball on the inside corner at 96 miles an hour.
Been fun watching Pazos after watching him spray it all over for about the first week or so, maybe 2 weeks of spring training, and since then he's been solid.
I think one of the other things that's been amazing about him is I don't think he's come into a game this year and he's starting to get his share of appearances to where he has not had a good fastball. He always has a good fastball. He is 95 or better every time he goes out there. Just a terrific arm.
0-2 pitch. One, 2 to Vargas. Pitching matchups for the Toronto series. You'll see Sam Gaviglio and Joe Biagini. Ariel Miranda against Marcus Stroman. James Paxton against former Mariner Jay Happ. Happ just back off the DL. He's another guy coming back from injury, along with Tulo and Donaldson and Russell Martin. Chopper. Nice play by Motter. Well done. Shortstop by trade. He's made a good living here this year as a Mariner super utility guy.
Not an easy play. A lot of topspin. Thought maybe it had a chance to eat him up, but he was able to handle it. Another look at it. Snoqualmie Casino Supermo. And then the quick release. He has a strong throwing arm. That's not a problem.
Folks at Coastal Carolina proud of him. Here's Castro. Homered back in the 4th, 2 out, nobody on. Big Bender. Check at 3rd. Dan Iasonia said he did not go. 2 runs, 4 hits, no errors for the Twins. A run on 4 hits, 2 errors by the Mariners. 2-0 count here to Castro.
Cishek getting loose in the pen. Pazzo so far 10 pitches, 6 strikes.
2-0 to Castro. A piece of it. Strike 1.
Here's Steve.
Did a heck of a comeback coming off that hip operation. His left hip. Swing and a miss.
It's taken him a little while, but trying to build up some arm strength, I think. Fastball not quite where it was, but that's to be expected.
Two pitch here to Jason Castro. Slow breaking ball struck him out. Pazos on 1-2-3 6th. Middle of the order coming up for the Mariners. Valencia, Seager, and Zunino. 2-1 Twins. Two on Twins, and a reminder, the third Coors Light Silver Bullet Saturday. It's this weekend. The first 400 fans, 21 and older, in the pen during early happy hour receive a Silver Bullet Saturday t-shirt and extended happy hour pricing until first pitch. Look forward to seeing you there. It's a good looking shirt too. All right, let's see what gives here in the 6th. Mariners down 2-1, trying to win their 6th consecutive game, trying to get over 500 for the first time this year. Danny Valencia so far tonight, strikeout and a walk. Strike 1 to Danny.
Well, they have pitched him away primarily with the breaking ball. That pitch, a fastball on the outside corner.
Pulls this one. Sano comes in. 1 out. Going to bring up Kyle Seager. Got the Mariners' first hit. Hard smash right side, short right field where Dozier in the shift was out on the grass, and the ball came up, took a bad hop, hit him in the face. Dozier can take a punch. That had to hurt like heck though. So Kyle 1 for 2, second time up, he flied to center.
He's been hitting the ball hard.
Base hit extended his hitting streak to 4 ball games.
Long home run last night. Like to see that again tonight.
I hear you. Solo home run in the 6th. Hit a 3-run homer in the 4th inning of Tuesday night's game. Dozier on the dirt this time, playing a standard second base position.
Good count. Typically with Gibson tonight, if he's going to throw him a fastball and a hitter's count, it would be away, and typically a 2-seamer trying to sink it.
2-0 to Kyle.
And there it is. Pretty consistent with that. 92 right on the outside corner.
Take 3-1. Buxton the center fielder, Kepler the right fielder. They're deep.
And Buxton shading towards right center field. Fastball percentage, 3-1 count, just about 70% of the time.
Three 3-1 to Seager. You can see why Kyle thought he had a free one. Full count. It's 5 for 17 career against Kyle Gibson. For Gibson, his 7th start against the Mariners, 2-2 record. 4th start here at Safeco Field, where he's 1-1. Here we go, 3-2. Swing and a miss, tagged by Castro. 4th strikeout. Blue wave of Toronto Blue Jay fans come tomorrow. Blue Jays in town. CenturyLink brings you what's next. We'll see Joe Biagini for the 2nd time this season. He goes against Sam Gaviglio. Sam's done a nice job since being called up.
Again, fastball upper 80s, 90 miles an hour. ERA just over 3 for him. Has to command the strike zone. Biagini was supposed to be in their bullpen, but he's been a starter for him this year.
2 outs. Here's Mike Zunino.
Cishek continues to throw in the bullpen, so he will pick up the 7th inning for the Mariners.
The 0-1 to Mike. 1-1. Buxton made that great play on Cano in the last inning to end it. Defensive run saved by a center fielder this year. He now leads with 10, one more than Jackie Bradley Jr. 1-2 to Zunino. It's great listening to Mike after he hit the home run. Angie Mentink doing a nice job at the interview post game. The exuberance watching him come down that 3rd base line.
That was great.
Wasn't it?
It was great. I like the reaction from his teammates too. It's fantastic.
2-2 here. Mariners down a run. 2 outs, nobody on. Off the fist. Boy, how'd he get to that?
The other thing too, there aren't many hitters, especially right-handed hitters, that are going to go out of right center here, but he hit it and he knew it right away.
Yeah.
And it was halfway up the bleachers.
Yeah, the camera shot, I guess, is from upper deck right field and a low first base. Man, it said it all. Battling here.
He's been seeing a little bit of everything. See the fastball up and in the 5th pitch, and then the last pitch looked like a changeup. Little breaking balls down and away from him.
And again, Gamble gets on a 2-out single to center on a 2-0 pitch, and that was after the 10 previous batters had been retired, dating back to the 6th inning of last night's game. 2-2. Full count. Second full count Mike's worked. Lined out to right in the second. Struck out looking in the fourth. On deck is Drive Dyson. Tripled his last time up. Diceman with his second triple as a Mariner. Three-two to Mike. And he's aboard. It's a third walk issued by Gibson.
As Dave mentioned, Dyson with a triple his last time up. It was on a fastball that was up and in. He tomahawked it down into the right field corner.
Been getting on him about that. I say, man, you've been a human pinata. You got to start hitting those inside pitches. He jumped one. He wasn't messing around last time. It's a 1-0 count.
Most clubs we've seen, they want to pitch him inside. It's going to be a breaking ball.
Good eye, good eye, good eye, Jared.
Yeah, that's been consistent. Every team that we've seen, including the National League teams, they have just pounded him like crazy inside.
Tyler Duffy.
Dice has been hit 9 times.
Buddy Boscher's the left-hander.
1-0. Popped it up. Shortstop. Odrianza takes care of it. Mariners strand a runner. We go to the 7th. 2-1 Twins. Seattle Mariners Baseball and Root Sports is brought to you by Money Tree. Proud to make a donation to Mariners Care for every Mariners win. By BNSF Railway, sponsor of the BNSF Blast. By CenturyLink, connecting you to the power of the digital world. And by Jack in the Box. Come try the sweet or spicy barbecue bacon cheeseburger combo for $4.99, limited time only. Good luck at Westport. There's our surfer dude again. Got a wetsuit on. Properly attired.
Have to have it, right?
Yeah. And that's a good skill set for him. Now he's just flat showing off.
Uh-oh.
Hey now.
There's some trouble.
Steve Cishek takes over on the mound. This little cutie out bleachers in straightaway center field.
For Steve, just 6 appearances, ERA, a little bit over 5, only 5 1/3 so far this year.
Got Byron Buxton who's twice struck out.
Fastball slider, his fastball's been right around 90.
Bouncing ball, easy play, Seager. 1 down. Then bring up the shortstop, A-Ray Adrianza.
We've talked a lot about Mariners offense for good reason. But how about the bullpen? Over the last 15 games, the bullpen's ERA at a 1.33.
Advantage right there. Steve does his job. 2 down. Very nice. Take advantage. One of the best deals in baseball, the Safeco Insurance Triple Play Ticket Package. Score a hot dog, a ticket, and a Pepsi or beer for as low as $26. Next event's coming up Wednesday, June 21st. The Tigers will be in town, so make sure you secure both your savings and a seat at mariners.com/specials. Quick 2 out. Steve Cishek, top of the order. Brian Dozier.
Mark Sepchinski getting loose now, left-hander for the Mariners. Grossman waiting on deck. He is a switch hitter, but the lefty Joe Mauer after that.
In tight to Dozier. 0 for 3. Strikeout, fly to left, and a foul out to the shortstop Motter. Cishek in his second year with the Mariners, 4-6 last year, 2.81 ERA, 25 saves, 64 innings, 76 strikeouts, 21 walks. 2-1. Kyle's got to hurry. And good speed by Dozier, beats it out.
Not much you can do about that. Kyle playing back again. Dozier, even though he's the leadoff hitters, you see him lunge for the base and clearly beats it. We're going to play deep, and Kyle, one of the best at this barehanded play. Pretty good speed to beat it out.
Two outs brings up Robbie Grossman. 1 for 2 with a walk, lined out to right field. Ben Gamble last time up. Shows bunt, takes ball 1. One to count.
Joe, can I get that ball? Come on, Joe.
Quick 2 outs for Cishek, trying to get out number 3 here. 1-1. Throw over first.
Yeah. Today's game, typical defense. The shift on in the infield. Dyson shading towards left center. I expect him to pull it on the ground and hit it the other way in the air.
Two and 1 to count. Dozier's 8 out of 13 in base stealing, and a pitch in there for strike 2 and 2. This is the only game in progress in a limited schedule Major League Baseball. 12 games tonight. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, runner at first. Pitch. Counts run full. Chinsky.
He's ready.
Ready for Joe Mauer if necessary here in this inning.
Cishek throwing a lot of sliders in this at bat. We'll see if he wants to do 3 and 2.
Here we go, 3-2. Dozier will be on the move. There he goes. Pitch. Ball hit right to Motter. Takes the time, throws out. Grossman and Cishek throws a nice 7th inning. When we come back, Taylor Motter, Boog Powell, and Ben Gamble. Mariners down 2-1 as they go for their 6th consecutive win. Stretch. Just imagine what you can do with the win from Washington's lottery. Play today. Good look at Willapa in Southwest Washington on a gorgeous day. Nice looking community. Mariners trail 2-1. Finale of this series with the Twins. We'll see them again next week. 4 games in the Twin Cities. Dave Sims, Mike Flowers, Root Sports Crew with you. Mariners on a nice roll, trying to keep it going. They've won 5 consecutive games, trying to get above 500 for the first time this season. Taylor Motter leads off. Kyle Gibson still in there. First time Gibson's gone past the 6th inning.
He is now at 90 pitches. 51 strikes for him.
And Mariner Vision just went out. Matt Belisle warming up. Mariner Vision just went out. That's why you heard that little reaction from the fans. And now it's back. Went out a couple times last night. It's spoiled. Best board in baseball.
That's right.
And it gets dark in here when that thing goes down. 2-1 to Taylor Motter. A couple of groundouts to third. 2-2 to Taylor. 0 for 4 in last night's game. Kyle Gibson, 29 years old, out of Greenfield, Indiana, and the University of Missouri. 2-4 record.
He has had a pretty good breaking ball tonight. Good sink to his fastball. A lot about the command issues he was having. That hasn't been the case tonight.
No, you bet. 4 strikeouts, 3 walks, giving up a run on 4 hits, a triple. Leadoff triple, 5th inning. Dyson scored on a Gamble sac fly. Hit hard. So no, can't get it. Base hit.
Motter has good speed. So a nice start for the Mariners.
7 for 7 in base stealing. And let's see. Here comes Boog Powell. Ground out and a walk for him.
Right under the glove. Paul Molitor on his way out to the mound. Solid base hit.
Molitor, the Hall of Famer, making an appearance. Kyle Gibson threw a nice ball game here. He's going to leave with a 2-1 lead, but the tying runs at first. Boog Powell coming up, and then the top of the order for the Mariners here at Safeco Field.
Here at the Ford Sports Desk. Earlier tonight we were trying to think of our favorite giveaways, and I think the funny nose and glasses has to be right up there at the top. The hashtag to use is Where I Root, presented by Alaska Airlines, and when you use that hashtag it gives us permission to use your photo, but lots of funny nose and glass pictures coming in. Guys, back to you.
Anything that reminds you of Groucho Marx you gotta love.
Sano in at third. Now Scott Service wants to play. Typically he doesn't like to bunt, but we're getting later in this game. We'll see how he wants to do this. Moderate first with nobody out. Well, Kyle Gibson, 6 innings, 5 hits, 1 run. It was earned. 3 walks, 4 strikeouts, 94 pitches, 54 strikes. He is responsible for Motter, who is at first base.
Taylor with good speed, tying run. Matt Belisle, the new pitcher. Bunt, there's a strike.
Belisle throw a little bit of everything at you. 23 appearances this year, high ERA. He has really struggled. Opponents hitting .253. We have 3 home runs. Fastball right around 91, but it is a change curve, slider, and a split.
Part of a new wave of pitchers wearing single digits. I heard Bob Brenly today, Arizona, San Diego broadcast, talking about Clayton Richards. Said seeing a pitcher, the single digits like an offensive lineman wearing a single digit. Marcus Stroman wears number 6. Adam Ottavino just went on a DL, wears 0. Stroman 6. Mike Leake with the Cardinals wears 8. Blake Snell from Tampa Bay wears 4. Reyes for the Dodgers wears 7. That Belisle's 37 years old, out of Austin, Texas. Been in the big league since '03. Been with Cincinnati, Colorado, St. Louis, and last year Washington. The bunt right out front. Nice job by Boog Powell. Gets that runner over. Sack bunt. 1-3 on that sacrifice. Nice job by Boog Powell. Under the second. Time now for a cricket attendance for today's game. 15,621 here at Safeco Field. That number is going to triple the next 3 days with the Toronto fans coming to town.
Ben Gamel 0 for 2. He's driven in the 1 run, a sacrifice fly to center field. Mariners are 0 for 4 with runners in scoring position. Not many opportunities for him tonight.
Ben kept the game alive last night. 2 outs in the 9th, 2-0 count. He had struck out his 2 previous times and then delivered a base hit, and that set it up for Zunino to hit the game winner.
Nick Vincent getting loose in the pen.
And behind 0-2.
They have thrown him a breaking ball all game long. And a curveball right there for a strike.
See Reddy in the background. He's on deck. Here's the 0-2. No play for Grossman. In that Arizona San Diego game that Bob Brenly was working with Steve Berthiaume. Clayton Richard, seen him, big guy. He wears number 3. So all these pitchers wearing single digits, numbers growing here in the big leagues. Matt Belisle right now. Ben Gamel trying to get him for a base hit.
Pretty good hole right back up the middle. You can see Dozier, the second baseman, barely in your screen. A lot of room.
0-2 to Ben. Swing and a miss. 2 down.
Able to get him to chase the fastball. 93 miles an hour. Borderline top of the strike zone. Ben not able to catch up to it. Late swing. Talked about him seeing a lot of breaking balls. Probably had that in the back of his mind. Ready with a couple of base hits. His last hit to the right side.
Use a knock right here. 2 for 3 night for Guillermo. 2 runs, 5 hits, no errors, 4. There it is. No, that's going to be picked up by Adrianza. Made a nice play. The ball didn't have enough steam on it. Looked like it jumped off the bat and then died out there. Monitor, they couldn't get him home. It's 2-1 Twins. Right outside the corner of Edgar and Dave, statue of the greatest Mariner of them all, Ken Griffey Jr., one of the greatest players of all time. 2-1 Mariners at the short end right now to the Twins. Mariners go to the bullpen again. It'll be their 3rd man out of the pen. It's Mark Zipchinski.
Has really pitched well for the Mariners this year. 22 appearances, a 1.32 ERA. 13 2/3, 12 strikeouts. Opponents hitting .091 against some good fastball at 92 miles an hour. And yes, he will sink it. Pretty good slider.
How about the year he's had? Like you said, 22 games. 10 times he's faced one batter. 3 times, 1 pitch, 1 out.
And probably another 3 times it was 2 pitches.
Amazing. Joe Mauer. A tough get for him here. Mauer involved in what should have been the 3rd out of the 5th inning, and a ball that rolled up the glove of Robbie Cano with 2 outs and a runner at second. Adrianza came around and scored as Robbie booted, fielding it, and then threw wildly to third, and that allowed Adrianza to score. Run number 2 back in the 5th inning. First run came on a home run by Jason Castro.
Well, the other part of it, the Mariners have done such a good job of scoring a bunch of runs, but just 1 run tonight on 5 hits.
Joe Mauer base hit. Oh, hit the sideward. And Joe's going to dig for it. Guillermo's got the good arm. It's offline. Double. Leading off the 8th. Joe Mauer, his 12th double.
tough play for Heredia. And we talked about Mauer's pitches inside. I think it's a little bit easier for him, that inside out swing that he likes, and then watch us hit the corner. Guillermo doing everything he possibly can. He was going to try to block it, wasn't sure if it was going to catch the corner. It did, and that will be a double. We'll put Sano on.
Intentional walk. Brings up Kepler, a left-hander.
Twins are 0 for 6 with runners in scoring position tonight. Again, came into the game hitting .237 overall as a team. Kepler 0 for 3. And Altavilla getting loose in the pen.
Dan, be pleased to know his Pittsburgh Penguins won 6-0 in the Stanley Cup Finals. Game 5. Kepler fouled out to the catcher, fouled out to Seager at third, and popped up to Seager. Says bunt, and there's strike 1-1.
That's our 7th in the American League in sacrifice hits this year. Kyle Seager in on the grass at third. Valencia even with the bag at first.
On 1 pitch. Off his hands there. 1-2 strikes. Mariners could use a double play right here. 1-2 the count to Max Kepler. Mauer at second. Sano at first. Pitch. Swing and a miss. Kepler goes down swinging, 1 out.
A pretty good slider after a couple of fastballs in on his hands. Speeds him up. Wanted to throw the slider off the plate away. Able to get it there. Gets a strikeout.
Kenny Vargas 0 for 3. 2 runs, 6 hits, no errors for Minnesota. Run on 5 hits, 2 errors by the Mariners.
Easy out, easy out.
Strike 1. Right-handers hitting .200 against Zepchinski. Negotiating up the middle.
He wants to use the 2-seam fastball. Zanino heading out to the mound. First pitch to Vargas was perfect. Outside corner at the knees. If he can throw it there again, make him swing at it, possibly get a double play ball. Pretty good chance that he'll hit it on the ground.
Here's the 0-1. Way outside. Mariners 10-7 in 1-run games. Twins are 7-4. To Vargas. That is hooking foul. Man, did he hit all of that. Wow. 5 rows up, upper deck. Goodness gracious. Ball and 2 strikes.
I'm not sure if that was a changeup or a slider, but it was middle in, about 86 miles an hour. Fortunately, he was out in front of it.
Ball and 2 strikes. He won't be going in that neighborhood again.
Something we really haven't seen this year, and that is for Mark to step off so many times. Typically he's getting right after it. Of course, you mentioned it earlier. First time in a while we've seen him double digits in pitches. 10 pitches in the inning for him. 7 strikes. Yeah.
Justin!
1-2 pitch. Get on the ground. This should be 2. And it is. Right on time. Right on time. Here we go. 8th inning. Cano, Valencia, Seager coming up. Mariners down a run.
At 2-1 as we head to the bottom of the 8th inning. Angie Mentink here at the Ford Sports Desk. You know, before he strained or really pulled an oblique, Mitch Haniger was batting .342. You can understand why the Mariners want to get this guy back so healthy, but at the same time, they are not rushing anything. Now, tonight, he so far is 2 for 3 for the Tacoma Rainiers. A quick update on how his rehab is going. On Tuesday, he was 1 for 4. He also reached on an error, and then last night, he was 0 for the game, 0 for 3, but at the same time, he was able to play right field for 6 innings without any problem. So far, so good. And again, it gets better tonight. 2 for 3 with the double, guys.
All right, Angie, thank you. And how he comes out of that, not worried about how he hits, how he feels, too, coming off that oblique. Taylor Rogers takes over.
27 appearances, 3-1 record, 3.26 ERA. 14 strikeouts, 5 walks, bonus hitting .257. He's given up a couple of home runs. Good fastball at 93 miles an hour. There's a curveball and a changeup to go with it.
Eddie Rosario takes over.
What's up, Paul?
And first pitch to Ravi. In there for a strike. Two-one ball game. 0-1 here to Ravi. Like that one back.
I don't think he could hit the ball any harder than he did his last time up. Line drive to the center fielder, Buxton.
Got to battle out of an 0-2 hole here. Maniactum. Robbie tonight ground out. Come back into the pitcher, ground out the first, and as Mike mentioned, smoked one center field.
Let's go, Robbie!
Buxton made a fine play on to retire him to end the 5th inning.
Come on, Robbie.
0-2. No chase. Taylor Rogers 1-2 to Cano. Popped it up. Sano taking a look, and Robbie get another chance here.
He has had a couple of breaking balls to hit. He knows it too. Both of them left, I'd say middle in, probably belt high.
New gloves for Robbie? Yep. New glove for the right hand.
I have to say that's impressive that he had a spare in his back pocket.
Great call.
Most guys do not carry a spare with them.
Didn't even thought of that. That may be the first time I've seen that. That's funny.
Let's see if it works.
I'm in. 1-2 to Cano. He'd love to tie it right here. Pitch.
That worked.
That's a good start. Base hit. Chang runs aboard.
The spare glove works on a breaking ball. Down and away from him. Stays with it just long enough. Rogers trying to get him to roll over on it. Hit a ground ball. And that is right off the end of the bat.
Oh, man.
That's pretty good. The things that he does as well as anybody. He always takes his head to the ball, doesn't he?
All the time, even when he makes an out.
You rarely see him pull off the ball. Danny Valencia.
Strikeout, walk, and a ground out. A hot hitter on this homestand. He'll take strike one. And he 0 for 4 last night, 0 for 2 in a walk tonight. Here's your 1 to Danny. And he's in an 0-2 hole. Good pitch.
I think Danny thinks this pitch is down in the zone. It's clearly on the plate.
Got a battle here. 0-2. Easy play for Buxton. One out. Hey everybody, get ready to dance the night away. Friday, June 23rd, Mariners and T-Mobile bringing you Dancing Through the Decades Fireworks Night. Enjoy the greatest dance music from the 40 years of Mariners baseball. It's set to a spectacular fireworks show. Tickets at mariners.com. A Seager sock would be very timely right now.
Well, as far as hitting for power against lefties, last few years, Kyle's been pretty good at it. One of the best left on left.
Worked away for ball 1. 2 runs, 6 hits, no errors for Minnesota. A run on 6 hits, 2 errors by Seattle. Kyle tonight got the Mariners' first hit back in the second. Since then, a fly to center and a strikeout.
And a good count for him.
Yes, indeed. Mariners going for the sweep. They win the first game 12-3. They win in the ninth yesterday 6-5. 5 consecutive wins, 6-1 on the homestand, and they get the 500 for the first time since May 10. Up the middle, base hit. Cano advances 90 feet. And last night's hero coming to bat, Mike Zunino. Second hit tonight for Kyle Seager.
Yeah, typically, Kyle will look middle in, ahead in the count. The reason why he didn't pull that pitch right there is because it was up in the zone. He had to fight a little bit harder to get to it. It's a good swing on to pick up a base hit back up the middle. Kyle with a couple of hits tonight. See what Paul Molitor wants to do. He has a right-hander getting loose in the pen, a lefty, and Dyson on deck for the Mariners.
Go, Mike.
Tyler Duffy.
Yep, Tyler Duffy.
Let's see if Mike can do it a couple nights in a row. Huge gap in left center field.
Come on, Mike. Go, Mike.
Taylor Rogers against Mike Zunino. Game on the line here. 2-1 lead for Minnesota. Pitch. Good take. 1-0. Mike is lined out to right, struck out looking, and walked. There's a Hall of Famer, Paul Molitor, third year skipper. 1-0 pitch. Oh, geez, right out of a double play. Oh,
how did he catch it?
Wow. Can't hit it much harder.
This is unreal.
Almost took the glove into center field. Man, oh man, tough break for Mike and the Mariners. 2-1 as we go to the ninth.
The eighth inning, but don't have much to show for it. We're headed to the ninth. Coming up on Mariners postgame presented by Alaska Airlines. The Toronto Blue Jays are coming to town. Apparently some of them are already here. We will get you ready for the next series. Also, we will head inside the clubhouse here from the Skipper Scott service after this one. Let you know what's going on around the rest of the division. It's all coming up on Mariners postgame presented by Alaska Airlines. Oh, and Mike Flowers, I think we're making you stay on the clock. You get to join the postgame show too. Congratulations.
Thank you, Angie. I appreciate that.
Dan Altavilla takes over.
21 appearances for Dan. 26 strikeouts in 22 innings. Opponents hitting .264. Good fastball. Mid to upper 90s with a hard slider.
He's got the bottom third of the order here. Top nine. Jason Castro homered back in the fourth for the 1-0 lead for Minnesota. A couple of errors by Cano led to run number 2 in the fifth. Mariners scored in the home fifth on a sac fly by Gamble, or the triple, leadoff triple by Dyson. Hit pretty well center field. Dyson turned around on a track up against the fence, makes the catch. Wow.
Man hangs on to it. And whiplash. He slammed into the fence.
goodness for padding. We thought he had more room. Whiplash indeed.
Pretty good concentration. Nice catch.
And he's saluting.
Well, he
Fine
appreciates
play.
it. You bet.
There's Buxton, 2 strikeouts and a ground out. Valencia ended first. Catch up. Here's the 0-2. Woo.
Dan has a good slider tonight.
Yeah. Could have gone either way. 1-2 pitch.
Wow. 98.
Pretty much dotted the I on that one. Kinsler took the loss last night. He's their closer. Gave up the single, then the 2-run homer to Zunino last night. 2-2 pitch. Full count. And the 4th man out of the pen as you look at A-Ray Adrianza, the shortstop. Got a base hit and a run scored here tonight. 3-2 pitch. Dyson will not be able to get this one. Base hit. Gamble will get it back in. Big turn by Buxton. Make your voice heard. Nominate your favorite plays of the week by tweeting us using the hashtag #RootFanFave. Each month, one lucky fan's going to win a Coors Light mini fridge just for participating. For official rules, go to rootsports.com. Adrianza, a switch hitter. 1 for 2, walk and a run scored, and stolen base. Buxton 9 out of 10 in base stealing. Buxton had a pretty good lean going when Altavilla threw over.
Twins with 1 stolen base tonight. Adrianza had a steal back in the 5th inning.
Paul Molitor's crew is 9th in the league in stolen bases. Strike 1-1. Adrianza is out of Guarinas in Venezuela, 27 years old. Turner's got a double play to get out of the 8th. Looking for another one here. Runner goes and it gets past Zunino, and Buxton never broke stride to 3rd safely.
This is some plus speed right here. Take a look at it. You can see Mike set up on the outside corner. 96 miles an hour thrown all the way across the plate.
Like he got Brian Gorman's right foot. It did.
And look at Buxton.
Had his head up.
Yeah, first to third without a throw. No play on him at all. Dan needs a strikeout. Infield is in.
2-1 pitch. About that. 2-2. Stolen base.
Dan has a good fastball tonight. That last one at 99. He's been consistently 98.
Stolen base and a pass ball. So 2-2 pitch. Drawn in infield. Swing and a miss. He got the strikeout.
After 99, he comes right back with a pretty good breaking ball down out of the strike zone. Gets him to chase it right over the top. Twins are now 0 for 9 with runners in scoring position tonight.
Tough hombre here in Dozier. Swinging bunt for a base hit in the 7th. 1 for 4. And here's the ball to the gap, but it's going to be covered nicely by Heredia. And Dan Altavilla gets out of some trouble, stranding a runner at third. Bottom third of the order coming up for the Mariners against the closer for the Twins, Brandon Kinsler. Right for tonight. Last night Mariners were down a run and they came through. As we check out what happened last night, Gamble was 2-0, 2 out, nobody on. Big base hit right here off of Kinsler. And then Mike Zunino, his heroic blast on a 2-1 pitch. With a big moment. That's that smile we were talking about. Yeah. That was really neat. So they bring Kinsler in again. He's the closer for Paul Molitor's Twins. And he's got Gerard Dyson to lead things off. Great moment for Mike Z.
For Kinsler, 15 saves and 18 opportunities, 3.20 ERA, 16 strikeouts and 25 in a third. Opponent's hitting .266. He's given up 3 home runs, 1 to Mike Zunino last night. Good fastball at 93 miles an hour. Has a changeup and a slider to go with it. He's going to try to sink the ball and keep it on the ground. Dyson leading things off.
Gerard with a leadoff triple back in the 5th. Got a pitch up high. Tomahawked it into the right field corner. It's ball 1.
Fastball down out of the strike zone, and he's going to try to stay down there.
To Dyson, and on the grass at third is Sano. There's a strike. 1-1. Bottom third of the order, Dyson, Motter, and Powell. 1-1 pitch. It's up high. Would love to get Dyson on with that speed. Made a career out of getting big stolen bases late in the game, and the Rally Caps, they are in force here at Safeco Field. Crowd of 15,621.
If he can reach, Motter is waiting on deck.
Strike two. Count evens at 2-2. Promotion tonight. The glasses, the fake nose. Dyson 2 for 5 against Kinsler. Two-two pitch, leading off the home ninth. 2-1 Twins. Strike three called. 1 out.
After pitching him away, they come right back inside. Pretty good run on that fastball. Ended up almost in the middle of the plate. We'll bring up Taylor Motter. Motter with a base hit his last time up. Base hit to left field. That was in the 7th.
First pitch to Taylor. Away. Ball 1.
For Taylor, this could be a good matchup for him. He likes the ball middle in. Kinsler with that two-seamer. Fastball in the middle of the plate that he can handle.
The Mariners get to Kinsler 2 nights in a row. Pumps in a fastball.
Right there you can see Castro. He was set up almost off the plate away. Ended up middle away on the plate. The slider.
1-1 pitch. Put it in play. Adrianza, the shortstop. Throws him out. 2 down.
Here we are again, Dave.
2 outs. Boog Powell getting him on, and Gamble's up next. Boog delivered a sacrifice bunt back in the 7th. He walked in the 5th and grounded out in the 3rd. For his last 7. 5 for 26 coming in to tonight's game. Looks at a strike. Twins are running the 4th, a run in the 5th. The Mariners sac fly from Gamble in the 5th. The only scoring here tonight. Two now. Mariners down to their last strike.
Both pitches away from him. Late in the games. 1 run. Typically they're going to pitch you away.
Oh, 2 pitch here to Boog Powell. What a take. 1 and 2.
Typically pitch away because they don't want one swing to tie the game up. So far in this at bat, all 3 pitches have been away.
Straight up in the infield for Boog. Kinsler ready. On pause, he delivers the 1-2. Swing and a miss, not your ball game. So the Twins salvage a game in this series. Ends the Mariners' 5-game winning streak, and the Mariners do not get above the 500 mark. They go to 30 and 31, and next up the Toronto Blue Jays come to town.
Nice job by the pitching again tonight, starting with Bergman. He is up the 2 runs, but just one of them were earned. The bullpen was terrific again tonight. Couple of things in this one. In the 5th inning, Robinson Cano, runner in scoring position, hit the ball as hard as he possibly could. Buxton able to make the play. And then Mike Zunino in the 8th, 2 runners on. He hits a line drive right back at the pitcher. He turns that into a double play. So the Mariners a little bit unlucky tonight. They end up 0 for 6 runners in scoring position.
Tough go tonight for the boys, but they're 6-2 in a homestand, and the Toronto Blue Jays come to town tomorrow night. Mariners postgame presented by Alaska Airlines starts right now with Brad and Dave.
All right, gentlemen, thank you. Yes, same scenario as last night. Mariners down 1 going to the 9th inning. There was 2 outs. You thought maybe Boog gets on and Gamble does what Zunino did last night. But